Fantastic you're here. Please, have a seat. The reason we've called you in today is because the PR department here at M.I.B headquarters is a little concerned about our messaging when you're out in the field.
It's top secret.
Yes, it's the toppest of secrets. But we're more concerned with your interaction as a whole with the public.
I recover alien technology.
I know. That's not the problem. The problem is your interaction with people. Take, for instance, this report you filed when you went to Arizona. You threatened to throw the individual into an unmarked grave in the middle of the desert unless they relinquished the film footage that they had taken of a UFO.
It's top secret.
You further stated that you would come back periodically to dance on their grave and relieve yourself.
It was for national security.
How about instead of that, we say it would be in your best interest to help us? Still a threat, but less bodily fluids. Let's just put a pin in that for now. We're also concerned about why you continuously change who you work for. Here at the M.I.B, we have established that you are a part of the NSA, so that if anybody was to check your credentials, it would always just lead back into an infinite loop of nonsense. But for some reason, you've claimed to have been a colonel in the Air Force?
Hooah!
An astronaut?
It was the logical choice.
The manager of a Dunkin' Donuts?
I get snacky when I threaten people.
A Mr. Peter Beaumont, 1997 bog snorkeling champion. I don't even know what that is.
World record holder, Peter Beaumont.
Lindsey Graham's stunt double.
I do most of the flip-flopping for him.
Okay, just say you're with the NSA, okay? I'm gonna need some sort of acknowledgement here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can I get like a nod or possibly a thumbs up? Okay, and finally, we need to talk about the vacuums.
I recover alien technology.
Once again, I know, it's not that you recover alien technology. It's that you're recovering all technology. Even after the memo that R&D sent out last month, you guys are continuously bringing them cordless vacuum cleaners. Please stop bringing them cordless vacuum cleaners. They have a warehouse filled with cordless vacuum cleaners now, okay? Cordless vacuum cleaners are just the regular evolution of vacuuming technology that's already out there. We don't need another 1985 Teddy Ruxpin incident.
Are we done?
Yes, we're done. And I thank you for your time. Please consider the things we've discussed today while you're out in the field.
And remember, I was never here.
No, you were here. Those who know, they know. Speaking of know, today's video is brought to you by Nuke's Top 5, and it's titled 10 Scary Videos of Ghosts. Nuke's Top 5 going top 10. As usual, I'll be leaving a link to the video in the description below. Be sure to go over there, give them a like, and a subscribe. But without further ado, things are amazing. Let's get in the mix. Let's get it.
Factory worker Kama Kaylee recently moved from his home country of Greenland to live and work in Denmark.
Ooh.
But little did he know that the apartment he moved into had a horribly dark past. 7 years ago, a 49-year-old man was brutally attacked and lost his life right outside the apartment's front door.
Good move.
After Kama moves in, he begins to notice his things moving and falling to the floor for no reason. He hears the creepy sound of someone knocking on his door, and doors inside the apartment slam shut for no reason. One afternoon, Kama hears strange sounds coming from somewhere inside his apartment. He pulls out his phone and starts to record as he tries to find the source of the odd noises. But then, this happens.
Wait, excuse me, pardon me, time out. What, did I read, we gotta go back here. Wait, what? Door slammed shut, And what happens after that? First off, I like this guy's. I like the cut of his jib. I like the way he's attacking this whole issue here. You know, it's got to be scary enough moving from one country to another, but then to have to deal with ghosts once you get there, brutal, brutal. But I'm glad he's having, you know, a good time, good chuckle, maybe there for that one moment.
Kama gets a good jump scare as a door slams shut right in front of him. And, it seems to literally scare a fart right out of him.
That's how I know it's real, though. You know, that's how I know it's real. Because if that happened, and you as an individual got scared and you farted, I'd be like, that's legit. That was a legit fear response. Farting is a definite fear response. So I believe that this is legit. Do I believe it's paranormal? No. I believe that the door itself is having some kind of wind or pressure issue that's going on with the apartment. I have the same issue because of all the wooden floors I have here. If I have like one window open in the front and even a tiny small window in the back, like we have this tiny small window in the kitchen, if it's cracked a little bit, it'll just start slamming doors. It's bananas, and it drives, and it makes me fart. I'm not gonna lie, it's fart inducing.
But now, this is where the fun ends and things start to get really dark. Because another day, not long after sunset, the eerie activity in the apartment starts up once again.
All right, we got more action
Now,
though. Let's
Kama
see
is
what
a
we
bit
got.
Scared, but once again, he takes out his phone to try to record proof of the creepy activity in his apartment. What happens next is truly creepy.
Huh. Okay.
A cupboard door opens by itself and Kama's helmet
yeah.
slides across the floor. Later that night, Kama...
Okay, so I wanna believe. You know, I'm not lying when I say that. I want to believe. The problem is initially the cabinet door is open. So if we look back here, when it initially opened up, it's like this. Okay, so it's easy to tie like a string or something that you can edit out later to swing it open. My guess is that's why it wasn't fully closed, because it was too hard to pull with the string by somebody or something of that nature. Also, when it comes to the helmet, now I'm not saying that I wasn't there, so I'm not saying it's not ghosts, okay? Please don't give me emails telling me that I'm wrong or something like that. I'm not saying it's not paranormal. I wasn't there. I'm just saying that this is what's going to happen when people debunk stuff. When you look down here, I would have been happier, and I probably would have believed it a little more if the helmet would have moved forward, not back. Because once again, if there's a string, you can pull it this way. If it's a helmet, you can also pull it this way. And they both go the same direction. That's why. So it's kind of... So like you'll watch the helmet, it'll get pulled. So that's why. I'm not saying it's not paranormal, but I'm saying that it's not going to be like conclusive evidence. That being said, there might be more. Let's see what we got, okay? So we've got biker helmets and we got farts, and I believe that the farts that's the most paranormal best response so far. This is going to be a weird video.
A cupboard door opens by itself and Kama's helmet slides across the floor.
Yeah.
Later that night, Kama decides to live stream from his apartment. He says that he's having trouble sleeping because he keeps hearing things moving and falling to the floor over in the next room. What happens next, live on camera, is downright chilling.
All right, what do we got? Oh, dude, he's out. He is out. Holy cow. Wow.
Caught live on stream, Kama hears the sounds of his belongings falling to the floor in the other room. But when he goes to investigate, the drawers of a small cupboard slide open on their own. Kama's had enough and runs down the stairs and out of the building.
Wow.
When he looks up at his apartment
window,
he is shocked.
We got him. Look at that. And you can see it in the video. If you pay attention to this, you'll see it kind of like dissipate. Watch.
See someone or something standing inside his apartment.
Look.
Seemingly looking right down at him.
Look, just there it goes.
So with everything that has happened, could Kama's apartment actually be haunted by the restless ghost of the man whose life was taken there?
I don't know. I will say this, if the reaction there, that was great. Like the Paranormal Oscar winner of the year, when he made Splitsville, that's exactly what any normal person would have done. Any average person would have just Splitsville. And I think that it was very good. I don't think that was fake at all. I'm like, if somebody was asking me, like, just showed me that clip without any context to everything before, like, that we saw before, and I saw that, I would have been like, this is legit. This is legit. So, I don't know, man. It's really good, and this is really good, too, especially the way the walkaway goes. It doesn't seem to be shadowed or anything other than the shadow itself. I like it. We're gonna go ahead and give this I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. With all the info, 7 out of 10. Very good. Very good.
What you think? Just a quick side note, but Greenlandic is only spoken by around 57,000 people in the entire world. So a huge thank you to Nuke's Top 5 viewer Wilhelm for translating. Nuke's Top 5 viewer videos. Nuke's Top 5 viewer Natalie Hintz is taking a few iPhone Live photos of her sister-in-law and niece at a scenic lookout in Utah, when suddenly she notices something very odd.
A bike? What am I looking at? Huh?
When Natalie watches the live photos back, she notices a bicycle riding by at an alarming speed in the background, all on its own.
What the hell?
No rider, and there's no one chasing the runaway bike. Natalie says she is creeped out by the strange photos.
Look at that. The fact that she freeze framed it and there's nobody sitting on it. Like, cameras will glitch. Like, if it was blurry or something. But it's that whoever's writing this, there's nobody writing this. Okay, this isn't a camera glitch. All right? That's not how cameras work. That's not how they glitch. And the fact that maybe he fell off. You know how sometimes you'll fall off and the bike will just keep going? I don't know if anybody's had that kind of accident before. Maybe it's just me. But like with tires and stuff, sometimes they'll just stand up and they'll keep going. I would have looked for somebody who was injured, possibly back here somewhere. Like fell off the bike or something. But this is definitely very bizarre. Because like I said, I'm not familiar, and I work with some cameras. I'm not familiar with a glitch, a complete edit out of an individual like this. And she doesn't seem like, this doesn't seem like a setup. This seems like she was just out there with her, niece, I think she said. Chilling out, taking some photos. This is good. I like this. Not as good as the last one, but I will give it a definite 6 out of 10 just because of the bizarreness of it. But I still think that we got a guy back here that might be like moaning a little bit.
Viewer Steven Figueroa says that he's been experiencing paranormal events since he was 3 years old. He says that he has even seen full-bodied shadow apparitions in his home. So back in 2013, when Steven was 18 years old, he says that he was finally able to capture proof of what he's been experiencing. But it's a bit potato because all he had to record back then was his iPod Touch.
Dude, I still got my iPod Touch. I still have it. Look at this. Look. I still got my iPod Touch. I want to take it to get it just needs a new battery and it's fine. I still got mine, man. I ain't hating on you. Although the cameras are pretty bad, so.
Notice that the trash can first tips slightly forward,
Yeah.
then moves back, then crashes over onto the floor. A few bags and suitcases fall over as well for no apparent reason. Cut to 2017, and Steven has now upgraded his video with a new phone.
They are stalking this kid.
Rattling noise coming from the hallway outside his bedroom. He once again decides to try to record some proof of his paranormal experiences. And this is when things start to get really weird.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
A picture frame on the wall violently moves and raises up, almost as if it's trying to fly right off the wall.
Okay, stop for 2 seconds. First of all, this woman is not moving at all. I thought it was a mannequin at first. It doesn't look like a man. This is the creepiest thing as well. The picture frame, guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go with 100% pure legit. Pure legit. This is what we look for. This is the good stuff. Now I know, some debunkers out there be like, oh, it's just bubblegum and tinfoil, and you just do this. This is legit to me. Okay, this is what keeps me coming back right here. This is the stuff.
Since this video, Steven says that his grandmother cleansed and saged their home, and for the last 6 years, he's happy to report he's never had another paranormal experience.
Look at this.
This next creepy video was sent in by Nuke's Top 5 viewer, Paulus Helander. In his email, Paulus says that his brother was home all alone one night at their farm in Finland. Out the window, he notices that the light in the barn has mysteriously turned on. Paulus says that this strange event has happened many times, but no one in his family can figure out why. Now the farm is in the middle of nowhere, and the man is all alone. But nevertheless, he gathers his courage and goes out to turn off the light. He films the barn as he searches for any explanation as to why the light turned on. What happens next is downright creepy. Did you see it? A pale, undefined face can be seen staring in through the window of the barn, seemingly watching the man before disappearing into the night. Thankfully, whatever it was seems to have scurried off, and the man returned home unharmed.
Who does this? It's the middle of the night, and you're gonna, the barn's not even close. This dude had to like walk out there to like get to the barn. Who does that? I would have been calling the cops. The fire department. I don't know this is how it starts, you know? You just think, oh, you know, it's just, you know, so some raccoon reached up and accidentally hit it, and the next thing you know, there's Leatherface with his chainsaw. Man, people, focus up is what I'm saying. When things like this happen, I need you to focus up. Pull it together. Maybe you got to squeeze one out. You know, I get it. But we need you to be on point. This kind of sloppy type, I'm just going to risk my life because a light comes on thing, we got to stop. That's no more.
But what do you think this is?
Death.
Is it something paranormal? Or perhaps something even more terrifying? A real person stalking around the farm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
In the dead of night.
Exactly.
Hanako-san. A group of friends at a high school in Japan hear crying coming from the restroom during their lunch break. Now in Japan there is a famous legend of a girl named Hanako-san. This young girl's spirit is said to haunt restrooms in schools across Japan. The group moves in, all of them a bit hesitant to investigate the source of the creepy sound. Needless to say, it did not go well.
And oh god, it's her. Jesus!
The girls girls are just about to leave until they suddenly hear a loud bang and go back for a look. The horrifying, distorted face of...
There it is! Look, with their eyes all... I might have got a little scared there. But there's a lot of jump cuts, it looks like, in this. This is obviously not real. But, man, the Japanese ones always get me. They always get me. Like, all of a sudden, you'll just see, like, a head floating above. Like, the camera will just randomly go up, and then the head's like... I should have known better, is what I'm saying.
One of the restroom stalls.
Look at that.
The group runs in fear, and the video cuts. Now, unfortunately, there's no source to be found for this video. It appeared on the internet as mysteriously as the Japanese legend. So did the girls capture evidence of Hanako-san? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
Here's the other thing that I just thought about too. The Japanese culture is very particular about privacy. The fact that we're able to see these girls' faces and stuff for this video is extremely rare. So part of me thinks it's more of an acting thing than it is a real thing. Because if it was real, those faces, especially because of their age, would have been fuzzed out. I don't know. You tell me. Are you more familiar with the Japanese culture? That's what I had always thought, and that's how I had always heard it.
You decide. The 6-year seal. A girl says that she lives in a spooky house that was built in the early 1800s. She says that as long as she can remember, strange, unexplained things have happened around the home, including odd noises and creepy, unexplained footsteps in the middle of the night. Tragically, the girl's mother passed away inside the house under mysterious circumstances. Soon after, the girl's granddad became convinced that there was something evil inside the home. For unknown reasons, her granddad sealed his bedroom shut, hid the key, and left the house, never to return. The old man's room remained locked off for the next 6 years. Then suddenly, one day the key to the room was found just lying in the open on the living room table.
Here we go.
With no explanation as to how it got there. One night, the girl and her friends decide to explore the allegedly haunted house, using a spirit box in hopes of getting some kind of answer from the other side. And that's when things take a very unexpected turn.
If there's anybody with us, can you tell us your name? We don't usually tell you our name. In a lot of reasons. Oh, y'all heard that. Y'all heard that.
Oh my God.
The girl's sister is unaware of what's going on and simply steps out of the shower to go.
Oh my God. Oh.
To
Oh.
her room.
That's terrible. That's live too. She's probably like, hey, I just got out of the shower. Can we turn this off, please?
Things are about to take a much more sinister turn as the three friends finally decide to unlock and explore her granddad's 6-year sealed bedroom.
It was just a bedroom?
I've seen this one before. This is an old video. Did I see this like 2 years ago or something like that? I'm pretty sure there's a video maybe a year ago in the past on my list of videos where I saw this already, I think.
Are you going in?
No, I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
I don't feel good. No, I don't.
I just got so lightheaded.
That?
I just got
Corbin, don't be going through this stuff.
I just got so lightheaded. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I got lightheaded as soon as I walked in here.
Yeah.
You are not welcome here.
Oh, my head's itching. I
If
think
there's
there's
any
lights
spirits
in here.
leave. You are not welcome.
Why is Santa Claus locked up?
That's that thing's creepy.
Why? Santa, why are you locked up? It could be an object in here.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever think about that? Like, it could be an object. You could just burn the whole room. What are you doing in the closet, dude?
Oh, my back's burning.
Is it really?
Bitch, my back's
Do you have
burning.
stretch marks in it? I don't know. Oh my God! No, you can't.
Stop.
No, get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out!
Scratch marks up your back.
You better smudge your back. Better take that stick, start smudging it.
Oh my f***ing God.
You're kidding, right? You're kidding.
Look at, there it is.
The girls are shocked as their friend seems to get scratched by something inside the room.
It took
You're
us,
infected
like, 5
now.
minutes to unlock that door. Like, it wouldn't open. We went in, and immediately I felt lightheaded. Didn't you say you didn't feel good? Yeah, immediately I felt lightheaded, and I was like, okay. But, okay, weird. But I was just trying to, like, play it off, you know, like, it's not real. He said that his back was burning, and as a joke, I was like, oh, imagine if he had scratch marks. And then he had them. And in the video, you obviously can see there was no one near him.
After this terrifying ordeal, the group believes something is very wrong inside that house. They say that they plan on just staying out of that bedroom. But what do you think is going on here? Could there be a dark entity linked to that bedroom? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
Would you live in a house like that? Like, would you go and like have a house and they're just like, there's one, like you get a really good deal on the house, like a really good deal. But the owner says, listen, the house is such a good deal. The only thing you have to remember is you can never, ever, whatever you do, don't go in this room. Okay? Could you do it? Could you never go in that room and just spend the rest of your life in the house? But you could never go in there. Like, you're going to think to yourself, man, I really like to store a couple of things in there, man. It would be really nice if I but you can't do it. Could you do it? I'm curious. Tell me in the comments. That'd be interesting. I'd like to know if you could do it. If you could just be like, yeah, that's cool, man. If I could, if I could get like, I don't know, like a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house on like an acre of land, you know, and you got it for like, I don't know, let's say $70K, super cheap. Okay. You just got to never go in that room ever for any reason at all. Never. Okay. Now, I know some of you going like, well, are we hearing noises coming out of the room? No, nothing like that. You just never have to go. You just never go in the room ever again. And then the next time you sell it, you say the same thing to the next person. I'm going to let you think about that one.
You decide. Lost Soul. In Michoacan, Mexico, a photographer named Paco is waiting in his studio for his friend Eduardo to arrive to work on a project. Paco suddenly hears his friend Eduardo outside his open window, talking loudly to someone on the street. Paco checks his security camera to see what's going on. And, just watch.
Oh, dude, he's talking to a ghost, man. That ghost just asked for directions?
Güey, te juro por Dios, güey. Te lo juro por Dios que un señor me preguntó qué onda era la pinera. Te lo juro por Dios, güey. Un señor se me acercó y preguntó, oiga, disculpe, ¿dónde es la pinera?
He was!
Le digo que tenía que cruzar y darle más para abajo, güey, te lo juro. Te lo juro, güey, no mames.
Eduardo swears that a man was asking him for directions, but the security footage shows no one there, just an odd white mist. So did Eduardo have a conversation with a ghost, or a brief mental breakdown?
Okay, I don't know if you got, like, this is the second one I've seen out of Mexico, I think. I saw another one where it was a mechanic, and his supervisor was watching him while he was explaining to the person about the car that was in the garage, because it had been in a terrible accident, and I think the person passed away, that he was talking to some guy about the car, and there was nobody on screen. Same thing, like with this one. He was just like talking to nobody, and then his supervisor calls him in and goes, who the hell are you talking to? And he goes, I was talking to the guy about the car. And then later on, they find out it's the guy that died in the car. There we go. I'm telling you. We got Nuke's on fire today. Nuke, what else do we got?
Because he seems convinced. So let me know what you think. Alice Attic. Amateur paranormal investigator Phil Koch has been posting strange captures from his supernatural explorations for 15 years on YouTube.
He's old school.
What the hell was that? Wait, the camera. Gotta get the camera. Shh.
Something just crashed right next to us.
In fact, I featured Phil's videos on this channel many years ago.
Oh, yeah. I remember this one. This is the one where he's in the theater and you see the chair seat go down and there's nobody behind him. I think that's this guy. I thought he quit, though. I thought he quit the game.
What the hell? Something just moved. Something just moved behind me.
Now, on this particular night, Phil and his teenage son are performing a paranormal investigation in the attic of an allegedly haunted house in West Allis, Wisconsin. And things...
I can't believe I remember these videos so well. This was years ago, and I remembered what happened in that video. It's all up here, guys. That's why you can trust me. If I say it's real, it's got to be real. See?
Get weird.
On the floor. So
56? 70? Between
Without them knowing, a voice seems to whisper, "Go outside."
7.
But what happens next shocks them to their core.
it's like 12:30, and I think that it was about an hour since we heard those footsteps coming through here, but I don't know what that was from. What's our average temperature?
It's about 37, 38.
That's why I'm cold, and I'm getting like a 0.2 all the way through the room.
Like it's going to 45. There's 50. Oh, I got a 50.
I got a reading here. Okay. Hello. I got a reading here. Okay. Hello.
Phil and his son have had enough. They just run right out.
Dude, he left. Like, the son was like, I hope you make it, old man, because I'm out of here.
Out of the attic. But when Phil uploads the video, many viewers claim that they can actually see something sitting in the chair.
Really?
That slides out. But what do you think?
Okay. Hello.
I think that's a legit reaction. So we'll give that a 6 out of 10. 7. We'll do 7 out of 10.
The wandering patient.
I think it's legit, though.
This next video takes place in an allegedly haunted hospital. Now, the story goes that the spirit of a little girl who passed away still wanders the hospital halls, unable to move on.
Hey, that's
Down
sad.
in the hospital cafeteria, the staff working the late night shift experience something that makes their blood run cold.
Ay, no, nomás nos están asustando. Yo quiero llorar. Foto, ya está grabando. ¿Estoy grabando?
Ya deja de jugar, niña.
Ay, no, Dani, yo.
Pequeña.
No mames, no.
Pequeña, que estamos jugando, ven acá.
Ya se fue para allá. Se abrieron las de allá. Se abrieron las dos.
Ya se salió, a lo mejor. Ay, no.
Ay, no,
Nunca me asusto,
no,
pero ahora mire.
Ya.
Nunca me asusto. Y ahora.
Ay, no mames, no, ya.
¿Qué necesitas, pequeña? ¿Eh?
No.
¿Ocupas algo?
Ay, no.
Pequeña. ¿Ya prendió la luz?
Now, the hospital night staff all know the
Did you
creepy
see
story of the little ghost that supposedly wanders the hospital. So they watch in terror as the cafeteria gates and automatic door open and close on their own.
Did you see the shadow?
Almost as if someone is walking there. But as the doors close, a small dark figure can be seen walking by the doors on the other side. But whatever it is, it somehow just doesn't trigger the automatic doors.
We got
So
him.
could the stories be true? And is the hospital indeed haunted by the spirit of a little girl? I leave that up to you to decide.
So I got a question. Let's say you're a ghost and you died when you were young, like this poor little girl who wasn't able to move on. At a particular point, you're like 50 years, 100, 200 years a ghost. Mentally, do you still, as a ghost, do you still age? Because it seems like if you were stuck at like a young age for 200 years, that would be brutal. Because you'd see the world change. I don't know. You tell me. Maybe you would like to like have that type of innocence. But it just seems like after 200 years, you'd be trapped in this little person's body going, the Dolphins are never going to win the Super Bowl. Like, I don't I don't understand. Like, it does that. I'm sure nobody would know because you would have to be in the afterlife. But it seems like you would be a little kid with like the brain of a 200. You know, like the character from Umbrella Academy. You remember he's like in a young body, but he's like aged because he time travels and stuff like that. Anyways, I don't know.
The Madison Seminary. Two teams of paranormal investigators decide to explore the allegedly haunted Madison Seminary in Madison, Ohio. Madison Seminary was built in 1847, and over the years the building has been used as a school, a hospital, a mental asylum, and even as housing for the grieving families of men who died in the Civil War. With a long, dark history like that, it's no surprise that many ghosts are said to haunt its abandoned halls.
Sure.
So one spirit in particular is said to be that of a very unfriendly doctor who tries to frighten and physically attack anyone who visits Madison Seminary. Now, the team of paranormal investigators has just started to explore the building when investigator Mandy notices something very odd.
You're super red.
What? Am I gonna die?
Wait, what? Am I
gonna die?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he's super red. Look at that. Oh, sun just came through. Pain. Oh, it's a pain.
Oh, what the? It almost looks like a thumb. That's weird.
Did you itch your head? Like, did you scratch it or something?
It's a weird spot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even feel anything. Like it doesn't feel like anything right now.
Yeah, the reason I ask is because he looks like he's got a fresh cut. You know, and I know of like if I got a fresh haircut or something, sometimes I like itch because it's short. Like, speaking of which, I need a haircut, but like I'll itch like where they did like the wedge cut and stuff like that. Maybe just scratched it or something. I don't know. Let's continue.
It's weird.
I guess we'll see if it does start to feel like something.
Turn around again.
So it's burning or something?
I mean, it's so
See, that's a fresh cut.
I know, it doesn't feel like anything. It's weird.
Ghost hunter Steve is shocked to discover that a large red mark has suddenly appeared on the back of his neck. But he says he doesn't really feel a thing.
Yeah.
So the group continues upstairs where the angry spirit of the doctor is said to sometimes appear. As they record, they capture something that is downright creepy.
Yeah, it was like a male voice down there. It was like 2 or 3 words.
Doctor! Doctor!
It said doctor.
It just said doctor.
Right after we heard a male voice, it said doctor.
Yeah.
So the thing is, he says he doesn't like to be called a doctor because he says he was a surgeon. So people call him a doctor and it makes him angry. So we call him a doctor, usually.
Is there a doctor down there? Oh! Did you hear that? Yeah. I definitely heard a voice coming from down there.
The group hears a male voice coming from somewhere in the attic. But did you see it? Right after the investigators hear a voice and their obelisk ghost box says the word doctor, a small dark figure can be seen running into the attic hallway. The ghost hunters don't even notice the odd figure and only see it once they review their footage later. So did they capture the spirit of the old hospital doctor on camera? You decide. You can watch this entire investigation.
I don't know. It's really hard to hear what they're saying. You can kind of make it out, but I don't know. What's the one called? Ghost Club Paranormal. All right, I'll look into it. I'll see if I can find something else on it.
Investigation over on the YouTube channel, Ghost Club Paranormal. Caught on camera. Late one night, Claire Mills from Manchester, England gets a notification on her Ring camera that someone is moving around in her front yard. For obvious reasons, Claire is a bit worried, and she immediately checks the camera footage. What she sees sends chills down her spine. A strange white mist can be seen quickly darting down the driveway before disappearing completely. Claire has no idea what to make of this bizarre figure and wonders if she might have caught a ghost on camera.
I've seen, like I was telling you about the camera stuff before. Because of the lighting, because of that it's not like 1080p. And because the thing is moving quickly, the camera has a hard time rendering the object. I believe that this is either one of two things. It can either be a bug that just so happens to line up with this, or it's like a cat or something that's running this way, and the camera just can't, it's moving so fast, the camera can't render it fully, and so it just comes off as a blur. But she might have more. She might have more. I'm not saying no yet.
We need scary videos.
Oh,
so
no, I guess that's it.
Scary that you think would be perfect for the top 5. Send it to me at nukestop5@gmail.com. Secret Shopper.
Number 1.
Security guard Ramirez Rivera is working the night shift on New Year's Eve at a Bodega Herrera store in Torreon, Mexico. The security guard is a little bit bored and records a video complaining about having to work all alone on New Year's Eve. Suddenly, something very strange happens.
Año nuevo, señores. Feliz año nuevo aquí encerrado. Aquí dando el rondín. Jales, jale. Sin llorar. Ay, güey. Hijo de su pinche madre.
The doll scared him.
Luego se oyó. Ni pedo, vámonos. Uy. A la chingada. ¿Qué chingas trae ese pinche? No manches.
Yeah? Nothing? Weird.
No, no se oye con sensor, valiendo madre.
Alright.
Vámonos mejor. Uy.
Hey!
Uy, güey. Vámonos mejor.
After this creepy occurrence, the security guard is a little freaked out, but just brushes it off.
Yeah.
But then another night at 3:20 in the morning, Rivera thinks he keeps seeing someone walking behind him from the corner of his eye, even though he's the only person in the store. A little spooked, he decides to record himself as he walks through the store, hoping to catch a glimpse of any mysterious intruder that might be following him. What happens next is truly bizarre.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas madrugadas. No, bueno, más bien, estoy nervioso, asustado. Siempre traigo mi celular a la mano. Son las 3:20 de la mañana, me tocó aquí guardia nocturna, Bodega Herrera. Si se fijan, está todo solo. Pero ahorita acabo de ver a alguien allá en la entrada de clientes. Se miró allá por la entrada de clientes, hasta allá hasta atrás. Y
guys, if you hear knocking, it's because my neighbor's doing stuff. That's not actually on the video. I apologize. I know. It's not ideal, but we all got places we gotta live and endure things.
no hay nadie. Ya fui a asomarme y no hay nadie. Así lo voy a dejar a ver si pues de pura chingadera se vuelve a ver, ¿no? Y lo vi clarito. Ya lo vi otra vez. A ver si se alcanza a ver. No, me da miedo ir. A eso que se mira ahí. Eso negro que se ve ahí. Miren, ya se movió. ¡Oh! Está caminando, de hecho hasta que no manches. No manches. Y se sigue moviendo. Es una persona, claro está que miren. No. Vámonos.
Someone or something can be seen lurking behind the creeped out security guard. Now we cut to a week later and Rivera is back on another.
Like, here's part of me wants to say it's fake, but the other part of me thinks about it and goes like, look, you can see that this is his job. Like, if he posts something like this and his supervisors or whatever are just going to be like, listen, we're not, your job isn't to make TikTok videos and, exploit our store. You're fired. Like, I'm sure he can record this, and if he's putting it public, he's probably showed his bosses too and been like, do you got people working here at night or something that aren't allowed to talk to me? Because this is freaking me out. That's what I would do. I'd go to the boss and be like, I need a raise. A big one.
Another night shift when he spots a little girl aimlessly wandering around outside the supermarket. But before he can approach her, she simply disappears into the night. Given the late hour and the fact that the little girl was all alone, many viewers have speculated that this little girl could have been responsible for the strange occurrences in the store. Some even suggest that she might actually be a ghost. So now a few months go by and things seem to be back to normal at the store. But then Rivera spots a shopping cart doing something a little weird.
¿Qué tal, amigos? ¿Cómo están? Oigan, estoy en mi hora de comida, pero no van a creer, amigos. Ahorita escuché que se movió el carrito. No lo vi. Escuché que ese carrito se movió, amigos. Se escuchó así clarito como si lo hubiera alguien agarrado. Bueno, no sé, a lo mejor son mis nervios. Miren, hasta, no sé si se fijan, hasta estoy temblando. Pero sí, clarito escuché que lo movieron, amigos. Clarito. Si yo, pues no alcancé a grabarlo, obviamente. Pero mire, no manches, mira. Chéquense. Ustedes me van a decir si soy yo, son mis nervios, no sé. Pero, mire, no manches, amigos. Se movió, el carro se movió. Estoy seguro, se movió, amigos, se movió.
As the security guard attempts to capture evidence of the shopping cart moving.
The reason I really like this is because the shopping cart moves almost completely straight back. Which means if you were to pull it or even push it, since it stays the same speed, it would initially start, if you pushed it, a little different than the way it starts now with the inertia. The way that it slowly rolls straight back makes it really hard unless somebody's like hiding in the closet with a string or something. Man, this is really good. This one's creeping me out. This is nightmare fuel.
A soft voice can be heard saying, "Jugamos?" which basically translates in English to, "Want to play?"
Que lo movieron, amigos. Clarito.
So could it be that the Bodega Herrera store in Torreon is haunted by the spirit of a little girl? Or just what is going on here? I leave it up to you to decide.
Wow. Really good. Yep, that's it. Thanks, Nukes. Well, there you go. Nuke's top 5. I tell you what, this is probably the best Nukes I've seen in a long time. There's a lot of stuff in there that I'm very curious about, very impressed about. Some stuff, of course, as usual, I think is real, some stuff not. But at the end of the day, I wasn't there. So I don't know for sure. But I can tell you right now, some of the stuff I am on, it's full bore real to me. It's crazy. I enjoy it. By the way, a couple of things. Number one, for some reason, people are leaving me comments and it's not notifying me about people leaving comments. So I've got a ticket in for YouTube to kind of take a look at it so that I can respond to you guys. And the second thing is I know that my uploads this time of year are a little bit slower, not as many as usual. I do have real life stuff that I have to take care of, and during the holidays that gets ramped up. And because I do the videos and everything myself, a lot of the editing, which you can tell I do myself, it takes a lot of time, and because of that, I gotta try to figure out when I can do my videos. But thank you for sticking around, staying subscribers and stuff. And usually after the holidays, it kind of gets back on a regular pattern again. But other than that, thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like, subscribe. You could even share this. I don't mind. Anyways, until next time, I'll see ya when I see ya. So see ya.